Alright, hello everybody, Silver here. Back with some more Zenless Zone Zero. We're just gonna keep running it. Again, daily thing. If I don't do it daily, I'm gonna just like drop the game. That's how it goes for me. I use YouTube to keep myself playing a game that I enjoy, or else I'm just gonna forget. And then I'll drop it and then not remember that it exists for a long time. Oh, there was something I did want to talk about. I'd found this out recently, literally like yesterday. Because I didn't know this. But apparently, they're making a new Avatar The Last Airbender movie. They're making a new one. You know? And I had heard some things. And I'm sure if anybody knows, if anybody was like paying attention to it, they know already. But apparently, because for those who don't know, maybe you're too young to have grown up on Avatar: The Last Airbender. Not the Legend of Korra, but this is the original series of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Uh, they're making a movie based off that. Um, and apparently, because this has a lot of characters that everybody adores, characters that everybody loves, instead of bringing back the original voice actors for these characters to voice them, they purposefully decided to go with this idea that they have called authentic casting, which is where a voice actor, somebody who voices a character in a video game, a voice actor cannot play. Authentic casting is where voice actors cannot play or voice a character that is not the same race as them or racial profile as them. Which sounds really weird, right? Especially for something that's supposed to feel like a last hurrah, something that's supposed to be kind of nostalgic, like nostalgia bait, basically. That's all that it feels like it's trying to be. And then to do authentic casting, you're like, oh, that's okay. But you're not gonna guess what some of the characters are that they decided to choose voice and called it authentic casting. So you know Sokka and Katara. Well, if you don't know, I mean, it'd be hard to explain, but I guess the best way to explain it is they are waterbenders, members of the waterbending tribes. And they live in very rigid, like frigid, icy regions. You know, think Antarctica, you know, that kind of stuff. Like the Arctic zones. And that makes you think, oh, so for authentic casting, you would want somebody who's like an Inuit, you know? Somebody of an Inuit tribe, because they are very well known for that. It's obvious that Sokka and Katara, in both their, like, skin tone and their outfits, that it's based on the Inuit tribes. For the entire, like, water, you know, waterbending tribe. The water nation, I guess. It's based off of, like, the Inuits. But one of them, Katara's voice actor, is not an Inuit. She is, in fact, a fucking, what is it? She is a Native American, specifically of Creek descent, which is notably not Inuit. I'm gonna tell you that. It's notably not an Inuit tribe, right? So it makes you think, oh, well, that's weird. Why would it not be an Inuit tribe? You know? I'm actually just gonna not do that. So just why is it not an Inuit tribe? Like, why would you get somebody who's just Native American and not, like, an actual, No. This one's already dead in the water, I feel. Oh, there's a crit rate. This one has crit rate +1. And crit damage +1. It's crit rate +2. This one might actually be better. Just for the crit rate bonus. But, yeah. Wow, his crit rate is so low. I don't know if I'm gonna get him to 50 like that. Well, actually, I don't think many of them have crit rate now that I'm thinking about it. No, a lot of them have crit rate. Not all of them. Especially 4, 5, and 6. They don't have nowhere near the stats they should. But, no, you would think that they might be like, yeah, you know, with her being like Native American, I mean, it's similar, but that's notably not Inuit. So your idea of authentic casting is already shot out the window. But you would think, oh yeah, maybe they got an Inuit for Sokka because of how I said it. No, not at all. Sokka is Latin American. The voice actor is Latin American. That's even further from Inuit than like a Native American. It's even further. But maybe they got somebody who's like of Chinese descent, you know? Maybe somebody who's like a Chinese descent, maybe spent some time as a monk at some point. Maybe they got a voice actor that did that for Aang. Right? Right? I hate to disappoint you, but the voice actor is Korean, and I think he got his start as like a K-pop star. So yeah, no, not like a Chinese monk. I don't get why they think like authentic casting works. Because if you believe authentic casting is like necessary and a thing that you have to do, that's saying essentially what you're saying. Oh, all people of different races, ethnicities, all of that, they all speak differently, and you'll be able to tell that they speak differently. You know? You'll just be able to tell if the character's not authentic. Which is abhorrently racist. Just thinking because of somebody's race that they speak a certain way. It's very bad. But yeah, no, it's a great idea. Authentic casting. How are we, you know? Sorry, it just actually fucking bothers me that somebody thought that it would be a good idea. It's literally just like the thought of, oh yeah, we are all different enough that you'll be able to tell if we're not of a certain descent. Which is very bad. That's like a very old school style of thought. Like, you would think in this day and age that instead of seeing people as different races, we would just see each other as human with different cultures. But no, it's still a fucking race thing. It is. Still a fucking race thing. Which is so annoying. Because, like, what does race have to do with any of it? Genuinely. So long as the character sounds like the person who plays the character, so long as they sound right, and, like, it sounds like their character, like their voice fits the character, and how they do the character is good, that's what you should do. You shouldn't care what the race is, because then, if you don't, it will have so many people who just become voice actors who are bad at it, but are given roles, because, oh hey, they're a race that's super niche, and we found characters that they fit, but, like, the character turns really bad, or, like, this show is bad, or the game is bad, because this character is ruining it with their voice acting. Like, genuinely. Like, you're basically giving out... That's like when you do, like, a contest, let's say, or a competition. Everybody involved with the competition is given a participation award. That works for children, but a lot of voice actors are grown-ass adults. Why are they getting the participation award of voice acting by saying, oh yeah, hey, because of your race, we're gonna hire you for this character? Like, no, fuck that. That's stupid.
Is that my cue?
It is the fucking stupidest decision. It genuinely, like, I'm not, like, that pressed about it, but it's so annoying that people think that way. They're just like, yeah, no, everything is how it's supposed to be, I guess. Like, that it's very rambly how I'm going about it, but it genuinely feels like with people, there's people out there who are trying to revert how far we've come as a society. And it's not the people that, you know, are claiming, oh yeah, this is oppressing us. Those are the people that are setting us back. Because again, that is... I very much doubt, like, well, actually, I fucking know for a fact a lot of times there's no real oppression, because if you think about it, and this is something that I don't often talk about, but like think about it in college. Uh, there are, sorry, there's been data seen where colleges, especially scholarships for colleges, like a lot of scholarships, are specifically based on like race, sex, that kind of stuff. Um, which is already in and of itself like very judgmental, saying, "Oh yeah, you can't get a scholarship because you're not of this race or this sex." Uh, which, which is weird to begin with, because we had fought for. People have fought for like their place and shit, you know? Again, it's a participation trophy thing. Uh, where just because you're a member of a certain race, you don't have to try as hard. You can just receive rewards for being born the way you are. Uh, ah, fuck. And that's the thing, like, even the system of college itself, it's been known that a lot of colleges, depending on your race, will change your what they want you to score. Uh, on like exams and stuff in order to get in. Like, let's say your SAT in America. Uh, or is it the ACT? I can't remember. It's the SAT or the ACT. It's been a while. But they use that, they change, but based on your race, what score you need to get into colleges is. They will change that score solely depending on that. Uh, or they will change what score is needed solely depending on that. I think I said that, but I could not tell. I'm rambling a little bit. Which already in and of itself is like a bad thing, because it doesn't promote, oh hey, you know, let's have more diverse campus, because there's, again, we've seen stuff, or we've seen data about it. There is data. I cannot tell you the site right now. That's something I would have to look up eventually. And I am quite lazy, but you could find it yourself. Although a lot of people don't. They'll just trust the word of somebody else. Always look up shit yourself, by the way, when you're looking for, like, information on something. Don't trust a YouTuber or a social media influencer. Don't trust them. That's stupid, to trust somebody like that. It's stupid to trust me on my word. It's always better to do your own fucking research. But, either way, genuinely, it's just, like, really bad. Because you would think, oh, like, and a lot of people, let's say on, like, Twitter and shit, a lot of people who are like, oh, we need more diversity in places, they would think, hearing that they change what score you need depending on your race, they would think, oh, that means white people must have the lowest score that they need to get, right? No. In fact, no. White people is basically their baseline. I'm pretty sure African American and uh, like Latin American are the lower two, whereas anybody of like an Asian descent or Asian ethnicity requires a much higher score than white people in order to get into college. They could have changed this by now. And they fucking... I really hope they did. I know they haven't changed the fucking scholarship thing. That I know for a fact they haven't. But... yeah, no, that's something that's genuinely, like... it's appalling, honestly. It's one of those things where you hear it, and you're like... that's a bit fucked up. Because, again, certain people... on social medias and online and in media in general are going to want to make you think that, oh yeah, it's so much easier for white people to get into college. When no, in fact, there are barely any scholarships that are available specifically because someone is white, if any. Didn't find any when I was going into college and looking for scholarships. I couldn't find any. Even though I'm Native American, not necessarily white. I say I'm white because it's easier that way. It's easier to believe that I'm white because I have a beard. Native Americans aren't known for their facial hair. But it's people like on media and social media would make you think why it's easier for white people to get into colleges because you see a lot of whiter people a lot of times, you know? But then you look at how they, or at least how they used to, again, they might have changed this by now. I haven't looked at it in a while. But how they used to judge your race and tell if they wanted to increase or lower the score required to get into their college for you. Rather than basing it on merit, which they should, anyways. It should be merit-based, not at all race-based. But when you're looking at scholarships, I cannot tell you how many you find that are exclusive to, you know, oh, hey, you have to be Hispanic or Latino of some kind in order to receive this scholarship, or you have to be a woman who's, let's say, this tall, who's also black for some reason, in order to receive this scholarship, or, you know, it's shit that's, like, doesn't make sense. But then, you don't see any that are specifically for white people. The general scholarships that are merit-based are open to everybody anyways, regardless of race. So that also makes it much easier for anybody who's a minority of some kind to actually get into college and pay for everything. You know? It makes it that much easier. And yet, somehow, shit is the way it is. Again, we're fucking regressing. The world is regressing back to racism when that shit should have been left in the past. Because, like, again, we're all fucking human. What does your race matter? And, like, when you think of an anime character, and voice actors aren't gonna, like, the American English voice actors aren't gonna be like, oh yeah, I'll give that up for, like, you know, a Japanese person. I'm gonna give that up to a Japanese voice actor. No, they're gonna want to do that because that's how they fucking make their money. They only do it specifically for, like, virtue signaling, which doesn't work. Again, it should be the best person for the job who gets the job. It should not be based on race, sex, any of that. If a man can do a woman's voice uh better than like the women that they're trying to see for a character, then yeah, the man should be the voice. Like, who cares? It's literally just regressing back to primitive fucking ideals of like, oh yeah, your race determines how you are, or what you should be able to do, or what you can do. Like, genuinely, that it's just, it's so bad. I hate it, actually. I genuinely hate it. I wish people would realize that bringing that kind of shit up and bringing it to the forefront, calling it an issue when it's not an issue, makes shit worse. You get people who come out who are like much more genuinely what you would say is like prejudiced or racist. You get more people like that coming out uh, in order to, you know, prove a point. You're literally bringing it to a forefront and possibly even turning people more racist. Because, like, if you teach that kind of shit to your kids, they're gonna be racist. That's just how it goes. They're gonna be racist. And fuck the, oh, minorities can't be racist bullshit. Because, like, no, you can be racist. Everybody can be racist. It's not just white people, because racism isn't based on privilege, like Twitter likes to say. It's not based on privilege. It's based on, oh, if you think your race is better than another race because you are that race. You know? Racism is inherently... prejudice is where, you know, you see races differently. And, like, you have preconceived notions of somebody based on their race. That's prejudice. Racism is, like, genuinely, like, KKK stuff. Where they thought, oh, white people are the epitome of the human race. And therefore wanted to kill anybody who wasn't white. That idea that, oh hey, white is the best race, or my race specifically, you know? If somebody says, oh, I'm just better because I'm Hispanic, or, you know, anything like that, that's racism. That in and of itself is racism. It's viewing one race above all others. That's what racism is. What happened just now? Huh? Huh? I watched that change in real time. Uh, okay, well, cool, I guess. I'll have to come back through there. I didn't even realize that. I saw that shit change. Literally in real time. I was like, that confused me. Is this changed? Probably not, right? No. How long does this have left? 2 hours. I'm not gonna be on video for 2 hours waiting for Cicia. I've been debating on pulling Cicia, but I really want Billy. Genuinely. But no. I genuinely had to talk about it because, like, authentic casting is just, like, stupid. I got on a rant about actual, like, racial topics afterwards. But authentic casting is stupid. The idea that, oh, you know, you're taking roles away from, minority. No. No. The point of being a voice actor is being able to have such a wide range of voices that fits certain characters. And if your voice doesn't fit the character, you're not meant to play that character, regardless. Like, genuinely. What does it fucking matter? Like, you're... Again, participation award. It's the participation award of, oh yeah, hey, you're this race, so you get preferential treatment. Because we believe that you should, you know, be the one to play characters of this color. Then you have characters who are like, you look at ZZZ characters. You know, there's robots, there's, you know, cat people. What races are you gonna have playing those characters? Right? What races? Authentic casting doesn't work for that. Authentic casting doesn't even work for Avatar: The Last Airbender. Because nobody is a different race there. Aside from, like, what type of bender you are. Basically. Like, oh, are you from the Fire Nation, the Water Nation? You know, that kind of shit. It is not a... it just doesn't work. Like, trying to stick racial profiles on them. Because you think about it, most of them are, like, generic race. Like, again, the fucking Water Nation, of course, a lot of them look like Inuit people. Like, they're dressed like them. They have the same darker skin tone that a lot of them have. They live in a frigid climate. So it's like, yeah, no. It makes sense that if you wanted to give them a race, it would be Inuit. But then what do you do for, like, you know, Aang? What do you do for the Fire Nation? What do you do for the Earth Nation, you know? What do you do? Because if you go based on looks, like, most of them look like they're the same race, pretty much. There's not that much variation. It's just stupid. Because again, it's setting people back. It sets the world back, thinking that, oh, I should give up a role for somebody who's a different race. It's fine if you want to do that, but, like, it shouldn't be producers or something of a movie or anything like that that are looking for authentic casting. That should be illegal, in my opinion. Looking for authentic casting rather than who would be the best for a role. It should be illegal not to hire the best for your fucking, like, place of business. Rather than being like, oh yeah, you know, I'm gonna hire... I mean, it's fine to, like, hire people, I guess. It would be really, like, messed up if they didn't hire certain people. It's a bit up to, like, interpretation on it. But it's still fucked up. It is still genuinely fucked up. Because, like, why would it matter what race a voice actor is? Because anime, specifically for like animated shows and anime, it's fiction. Like, it's fiction, genuinely. Are you gonna bioengineer a fucking cat girl in order to have her voice a cat girl? No? Then shut the fuck up. Like, it's stupid, genuinely. Sorry I got into a rant. A genuine rant about, like, racial politics. But that's something that really bothers me. Because even though I put, like, I'm white on a lot of shit, it's easier than saying, oh, yeah, I'm fucking, Cherokee, a Native American. You know? That's so much less. Because then, it's not necessarily being based on my merit, even. It would be like, oh, well, we need a diversity hire. Or somebody would see it and be like, oh, well, you know, Native Americans, they're kind of known to be lazy because of their own prejudice. Because that's a thing, by the way. That is a thing that people believe about Native Americans who live on, like, reservations. That's how people see them sometimes. Like, specifically prejudiced people. Not everybody does, because there's not... You don't see that many Native Americans, necessarily. It's not like an everyday thing. But me as a Native American, being a fucking minority myself, so motherfuckers saying, or who would think, oh, you're just a white guy. Like, nah. I'm Native American. So, like, come on. You know what I mean? But no. It's genuinely annoying. Especially people who scream at the top of their lungs for... and speaking for groups of people that they aren't a part of. That really pisses me off. Because, like, you can't talk on behalf of a group of people unless you can be part of that group, and even then, still not be talking for the majority of that group. Because you are a single person, and while you might take offense to something, most others might not. Genuinely. So, like, people just need to get over themselves, honestly. Like, racial politics would literally just chill out if nobody mentioned them. Like, honestly. If nobody brought them up, things would just go to, oh, we see each other as people. We see each other as humans. You know? It's really stupid. Genuinely is. But yeah, no. I will go ahead and end here. It's already like 40 minutes in. I've ranted for way too fucking long. I almost did like a 20-minute rant by itself. Probably did, actually. But, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Thank you all so much for watching. Sorry for my little rant. And I will catch you in the next one.